Hello and welcome to another episode of Swim Sets by the Pool. This is the podcast where you get free swim workouts and tips that help you swim better. My name is Nathan Cohen. I'm a professional triathlete. With me is Kyle Brill, now triathlete, former D1 collegiate swimmer, and two-time Olympic trial swimmer for the U.S. Went to his first Olympic trials at 17, swam the 2IM, 100 backstroke, 100 breaststroke.
No,
No?
not the underbrush. Well,
Okay.
I did all that in college, not
Okay.
at the trials. 100 back, two breast, 2 IM and 4 IM. But
Okay. There we go.
it's a humbling day for us older people in the swim community, though. We just a 16-year-old just turned in an 8:37 in the 1,000, which means he went out 4:16 to the feet in the 500 and then came back a 4:21, which would have won my conference last year in both the first 500 and the last 500. So
Dang.
just unbelievable what the next generation right now is doing, but that is just inhuman. A 16-year-old should not be going that fast. But
Dude.
I just read that about 10 minutes before the podcast, and one of my buddies sent it to me, and I was like, oh, I could not believe it.
Dude, I don't think swimming's peaked yet. I don't think it has.
No, not even close. Not those people are, people doing those times are definitely disagreeing with that concept.
That's crazy, man. I really wonder what implications that's going to have for triathlon if triathletes are going to get wiser and like really start improving their swimming and stuff. Um yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, swimming is definitely still on that exponential curve. So we'll see when it like track flattened out about, 40 years ago. We'll see if swimming ever flattens out. There's just so many improvements being made in the water right now. So it's also a great time to be paying attention to everything that's going on in terms of the swimming community and developments and new coaching strategies, because that's really what's driving it right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, sweet. Well, thank you guys for listening to Swim Sets by the Pool. We've got a quick tip for you to start off this episode. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and we're going to be heading into the new year soon. So, my tip is if you are struggling to improve your swimming and you've been swimming for a while, it might be time to try to do something that you've never done before to mix up your swimming. So it's like if you're that type of person who just always swims freestyle, maybe it's time to like mix in some butterfly, mix in some backstroke, and just stress your body in a different way. And you might unlock a new level in your swimming doing that. So we have a ton of episodes by now, like a ton of sets that you can look back on that are IM sets, kick sets, all these different things from like all different kinds of training environments and programs. So just like go through our sets and find one that you're like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy. I've never done a set like this. Or like, I don't even know if I could do this set. Like that's too much butterfly or something, like, and then do it, and challenge yourself. Because if you feel like you've hit a plateau in your swimming, you might just be doing the same thing over and over again and you need a new stimulus. So that's my quick tip. Yeah. What do you think about that, Kyle?
Like it, and I'll add to it. Grab a buddy and force him to do it with you. Get a
That's
victim,
good. Yes.
because if you really want to commit to one of the sets and you grab a friend, you'll look stupid if you don't finish the set. So, yeah, you'll let your buddy down that you brought to the pool. You gotta be cool and show him what's up. So yeah, always swim with a friend too, and add that on and go grab one of our sets. We got plenty of random ones in there. There's some that you might look at and throw up, and other ones that might really seem cool. It's a very diverse spectrum of sets. So it's kind of the point of the podcast. So not everything is going to be able to be followed, but I'm sure if you dig around enough, you'll certainly find something that works for you.
Yeah. And yeah, so today we got like a Thanksgiving inspired set. This is from the Ventura Masters swim group. It's a little bit funky. We're going to talk about it. We might change some things or we might not. Who knows? But this is a little Thanksgiving inspired set for like the holiday season. And yeah, it starts with classic, all time classic Masters 5 minute choice warm up. Like, I don't know. There's
The
not
elusive 5 minute warm up.
they lose. How much do you do in that 5 minutes? It all depends. Some do nothing. Some do probably 200.
When it's Masters, it's usually nothing. It's a chat
Yeah.
fest at the side of the pool deck, and then everyone jumps in when the actual set whistle gets blown. From my experience, at least.
Yeah. So
Well, I love
Kyle.
my Masters swimmers, but
Yeah. Kyle, take us through this. What do you think of this set?
Okay, so yeah, we got that 5 minute warm up down. Of course, I would have totally done like, 1,000 by then. I would have been moving. I totally
Yeah.
would have been the first
Well,
guy in
if
the
you're
water.
if you're
So
that 16-year-old, you would have done like 2,000 by then, in 5 minutes.
seriously, yeah, someone needs to stop feeding these kids whatever they're eating. Dude needs to skip his Thanksgiving dinner. But yeah. So yeah, speaking of that, we're gonna choose our veggies. Apparently that's what it says. It's Thanksgiving themed, so we gotta start with the appetizer here, which seems to be a choice between three separate things, which one of them is green beans, which is 6 rounds of a 50 moderate kick and 225 sprint kick. So there's some nice speed play in there, which is kind of cool.
I'm not a big green
Um,
beans guy, not gonna lie. Like in general, but also in this set, lots of kicking. Man,
Yeah, it's an only kick warm up. It's interesting. So it's
yeah,
you would definitely be. I really hope you took advantage of that 5 minute warm up, or you're gonna be in trouble when you got to be moving those arms again into the main set. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean it is a choice though, so I can't hate on it. I mean, somebody might want to do it.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah, then we got the only pulling basically here with the sweet potato. That's the next option. It's 6 rounds of a 75 moderate pull and 225s fast swim. It looks like it says fart swim on the
Yeah, it's
board. I had to
probably
reread that.
fast. Yeah, it does
I'm
kind
gonna.
of look
I
like
think it's
that.
fart, but
Yeah,
whatever that means to you.
you
That's
might
that.
be if
That's
you're eating too many sweet potatoes.
yeah, that one's good though. I mean, at least there's like definitely a chance to get your legs moving a little bit more in that one, while also kind of focusing on getting the stroke warmed up. I mean, it's either one of these. I don't think is a great warm up per se for most sets, but and then yeah, and then there's roast veggies, which is 8/100s of free IM, which is from my experience you're replacing the butterfly with freestyle for whatever reason. I think butterfly gets a lot of hate deservedly, and you're doing free back breast free for 8/100s. So another interesting choice for warm up. All three of those they seem to add up. I mean, the kicking is a lot less yardage, but they all seem to kind of add up to around the same duration from what it looks like. But
Yeah. So straight off the bat, my thoughts were, and this is personally how I would make my plate. I take a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Like I like to sample. I don't like to go
yeah, yeah,
all in on one thing. So like just my initial thoughts, I would do like a 50 kick, moderate, and then I would probably do 225s fast swim, and then I would do 100 IM. I wouldn't do free IM. I would just do the whole IM, and then I would maybe do like 6 rounds of that. Or you can mix it up however you want. Like you could do 225s sprint kick and then a 75 pull. Although if you're doing a 75 pull, you might need to you'd end up on the other side of the pool. So maybe just make it a
yeah.
100 pull or something, and then do 100 IM. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I like that plan. This is kind of just seems to be kind of a goofy holiday set. I'm assuming this isn't an age group coach writing this to torture their swimmers, so I think it'd be kind of fun. I'd see myself breaking it up. I'd probably do two green beans, two sweet potatoes, and then maybe two or three of those IMs at the roast veggies end, and hopefully make it along with everybody else there, and get my legs warmed up, my arms warmed up, and get some stroke in there. I think that would be a good plan. But yeah, I think they're all when you combine them all, kind of like a Thanksgiving feast, it all works out. But when they're one on one, and they're only by themselves, it's a bit questionable. So I think it's kind of fitting actually. Yeah, that was a good thing
Yeah.
you noticed there.
Yeah, so let's just do like one of each. We'll change it, and like always, we'll type up the complete set in the show notes for you guys. Um, but yeah, 150 moderate kick, 250 sprint kick, and then you could do let's do 275 pull, 2 times 75 pull. Um, and then 225s sprint, and then 100 IM. And then you could do that 5 to 6 times probably, like
Yeah,
depending on how much time you have. But it's a little bit of everything. That's always nice to do those sets where you just mix in a bit of everything. And then let's check out the next part. It's the choose your meat. So I'll go through this. So this is the white meat, I guess, of the turkey or whatever. It's 8 by 200 floating fast 50. So I would imagine maybe like the first 50 is fast, and then the second 50, and then the third and the fourth as you go on, probably. And then the dark meat option is 7 times, two 100s free TPI, which I think we're going to guess is threshold pace interval.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else too creative. So,
Top pace. Or like, yeah.
yeah, TPI. I mean, because it seems like I mean the 50's on an interval, so it makes me think that the I will have to stand for interval. So it's going to be either threshold pace or like, you know,
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go with that. And
yeah,
then,
I don't know.
and if it's threshold, that's kind of hard. And then the 150 easy makes sense on 110 after that. You just kind of cruise that 50 super easy. And then the last is the turducken. And that's 6 times, 100 free, 75 IM, 50 free build, 25 ST fast. So what do you think that means?
Uh,
Stroke fast.
I mean ST, yeah,
Probably
maybe.
stroke, maybe.
Yeah, I usually see SR for stroke, but I
Uh,
mean, yeah, no, you could be right.
yeah. And then 30 seconds rest.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's a bit questionable already, so we'll just go with it.
yeah, yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this? Because it's like choose
Um,
your own. So I would imagine you would just do one of these, or that's like what the coach is trying to get you to do.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're all relatively similar in yardage. I mean, I think that the like white meat is going to go by pretty quick compared to these turduckens and dark meat ones.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like an indicator of how fast it goes through your digestive system or something. I don't know. He's sending hidden messages into here, but
Yeah.
I really I don't know which one I would pick. I mean, personally, I'm kind of I think the floating fast 50, like I could see that being like where you have to start with like by like floating off the wall so you don't get that push off is what I'm thinking. But I
No, I
don't
think
it
it means that like the 50 moves, like the fast
does
50
it?
moves throughout the 200.
Okay, yeah, I've seen a different word for that. I think it was called like rotating
Yeah.
50s or it's not or rotating
Yeah.
by round or yeah or something. There's like a bunch of different terms for it that people can't seem to agree on. So yeah, that might be right. And then I've also heard of like a floating like a dead start or a floating start is where you don't push off the wall. So it could be interesting to see how someone would interpret that with no coach.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think yeah, rotating through sounds like a cool way to approach the set and keep the momentum going rather than
Mhm.
having to like hang off the wall. It's kind of an annoying process, and usually that's done for like shorter efforts rather than an entire 50. So I'm with
Mhm.
you there on that, Nate.
Right off the bat, I'm not a fan of the dark meat set to 100s threshold and then a 50 easy. I just feel like 7 times through that, that's like, I don't know. It just seems like a lot. And
Yeah,
I just feel like you just end up swimming medium, like not super fast. I kind of like the last set, the 100 free, 75 IM, and then 50 free build, 25 stroke fast. And I think that's cool. I kind of
yeah.
like that.
It's got some personality, I guess, like a turducken would at a Thanksgiving feast. You know, I don't you don't
Yeah.
see that get whipped out very often. So yeah, I think I would probably go with that one. Just being an IM or two, I gravitate towards that. But I think it would be pretty clear to see a triathlete gravitate towards probably the white meat or the dark meat. And then a
Yeah.
swimmer would probably swimmers would be more likely to gravitate probably towards the turducken. But it would be
Hmm.
interesting to see the distribution of if you made somebody like if you did a poll and made people choose the set and like and stack the set up like what demographics you would see for people who chose these kind of
Yeah, that's
these
true.
different ones, you know. I think that would be kind of a fun way to see what the difference in set like, you know, who would enjoy what process in there. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. I don't
You know what? I think for if we had to pick one to like write in the show notes, I think we should do the 8 200s with the floating or rotating 50. So 1 through 4, it's like first 50 is the fast one, then the second 50, and then the third, and then the fourth, and then you just repeat that again. Um, because you do have a little bit of IM in like the first like preset or whatever. So I just think it's fun to do those 200s where you're like switching the 50 that you're going fast, because it just breaks up like the 200, and you get to shift through those gears a little bit. So I think that's like a pretty useful skill.
And it's kind of cool to like, yeah, throw off your pacing once in a while and like have to jam it on a random part. It was like if you're, especially if you're an open water swimmer or a triathlete and your pack picks up the pace, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody, you're trying to desperately get on somebody's draft, or somebody tries to drop you and you need to have that speed change randomly halfway through a set, or like through a swim. It can be
Yeah.
kind of cool to switch a gear and practice switching that gear and getting those muscles used to that response, which is in a way is kind of a fun way to train, especially for, yeah, kind of unexpected things like yeah, race conditions, and especially in the open water. It's kind of a cool way to get ready for that in the pool, which there's not. I feel like there's sometimes it's hard to perfectly practice for open water in pool swimming. So that's kind of a fun idea there.
Yeah, I think that's super fun. And that's like a skill that I think a lot of triathletes could do more in the pool is like, yeah, because I mean, sometimes you're in a race and like you're swimming on someone's feet and they just pick it up around a buoy, or they just pick it up, and like you want to stay locked in there, and being able to change that gear is super important, and not just getting like dropped and like giving up. Um,
Well, yeah.
so yeah, let's go with that. And yeah, to keep the episode kind of quick, so you can get to the pool and get this done. Yeah, we'll just close it out. I think a little warm down, 100 kick, 200 swim, and then
5 minute warm down.
yeah, 5 minute
Ambiguous
ambiguous
5 minute warm
warm
down.
down.
Might as well just finish it where it started.
Yeah, that's
Don't.
true. That's
Just
true.
kidding.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
but Kyle, do you have a hot take to close us out?
yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of a tough one, and it was me a long time ago, but I'm sorry to say it. If you show up to a pool in board shorts or jammers, everyone will assume you are slow, and you probably are.
Oh
Especially
no! Oh, it's so
if
true.
especially if you are an older person over the age of, say, like 15 years old. If you show up in jammers or board shorts or goggles that are way bigger than your eyes, you're getting judged. No one will come over and say anything to you. I just certainly won't, but I'm
They'll be
certainly
thinking it. They'll be like,
the
"Yeah,
check
this
has already been
is
marked in my brain
yeah."
that you are not someone I want to share a lane with in terms of speed. It's yeah, you
Oh
got you
man.
got if you want to be fast, you want to look fast, you got to switch to a speedo. All the guys out there, I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's had to be
dude.
said.
Well, anyways, dude, that's such a good take. I love it. We're gonna clip that up for our YouTube shorts for sure.
Oh gosh.
Okay, well, thanks for listening to this podcast, you guys. As always, the full set is typed up for you, so you literally just have to screenshot it. You could print it off, you could write it down on a piece of paper. Do this set yourself with a buddy, and you're gonna get better at swimming. Thanks, you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.